Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Baby, y'all getting real nasty out here. And basic sex ain't where it's at. Y'all have super high fetishes. And baby, some of y'all dying while y'all out here trying. Now, there's this story. I'm going to take you down over there, California. They know how to party. Well, baby, there's somebody that is locked up. They won't let her out. That's possibly facing a homicide charge. And then there's a victim. And the victim actually hired this lady to live out his greatest fetishes for $11,000 US. Allegedly. Now let's go down this rabbit hole. Michael Dale, who is no longer with us, actually was 56 years old at the time of his death. Miss Michaela, who is 29 years old, she is a mother of 3. She is a wife. She has a entertainment adult company with her husband, and she is very popular because she is not only beautiful, but she created an agency that hired a lot of adult entertainers. Some of them were topless bartenders, some of them were dancers, former strippers, yada yada. And they basically gave themselves the, I guess, popularity by going out and doing whatever they needed to do to please their clients or their customers. Well, this, my friend, this story is going to take you down a roller coaster, because when I read the headline, it said OnlyFans model suffocated a Southern California man while filming a saran wrap fetish session. I immediately was like, say what? Who want to die while just having a good time sexually? You don't hope to die during that. You hope to get pleased and go to bed. Well, anyway, this is what they're stating happened. Apparently, Michael was feeling real horny. Temperatures rising. And so he reached out to the entertainment agency that is owned by Michael and her husband called SinCal. Now, he was like, look, I got this fetish. I want you to pull up on me. Skirt. And I want you to perform my fetishes on me. And I will pay you $11,000. You're probably saying, well, did she get the money to hit her account? I'm sure, and I hope so, because you're going to need that for your attorney costs. Now, he wanted her to perform BDSM. And I'm not really into these sexual terms. I know doggy style, I know missionary, and I know reverse cowgirl. Outside of that, y'all taking me too fast. But BDSM is going to stand for bondage, discipline, dominance, and submission. So that means you could be taped up, wrapped up, slapped up, pinched up. It's all erotic practices, and it involves people being turned on to the highest level through pain. I'm not with it, but if you like it, turn up. Turn down for what? Now, she allegedly was new to the BDSM setup acts. Now, if you are a professional, I was told you know certain keywords, certain body language where you know this person can't breathe, or they're about to lose consciousness, or it's just that pain may be something that's too extreme, so you know when to stop. But that person, they'll let you know if they're highly turned on or about to be called up to the pearly gates, right? So they say when she arrived at this man's home, he appeared to be allegedly semi-intoxicated. You know, he probably had a little bit of juice to get him loose. But she proceeded because, again, she was already paid and probably going to get paid more because this is what she does as a business, as an entertainer. So he had several extreme acts that he wanted her to perform on him. Very, very unusual requests. Now, he told her that he wanted to be wrapped up like a mummy in saran wrap. Boy, listen, saran wrap, when it gets on you, especially if you have any types of liquid or oils on you, baby, it's hard to get out of saran wrap. Because sometimes when I need to get, my stomach to sweat a little bit during my workouts, I'll use saran wrap, and baby, that junk, it gets more tighter as you get more, liquids on you. So then he wanted her to use Gorilla Glue. Now, we heard stories about Gorilla Glue. That junk is adhesive to the 10th power. Baby, he wanted her to Gorilla Glue a pair of women's boots onto his feet. Well, sir, if she glued them onto your feet, what was the turn on about that? Did you have some type of Gorilla Glue, removal? Because the last I checked, when you Gorilla Glue something, baby, you be stuck. You be like this all night long. So he must have had some type of reversal to get that off. Anyway, but lastly, she's saying that she didn't place the bag over his head, but evidence show he died, and when they found him, he had a bag on his head. I know she had to see him because she was in the room with him. But either who put it on or who secured it, I have no idea. Since he was so kinky, he probably did that. But we don't know. So he basically had this bag over his head. It was secured. He had duct tape over his mouth. The neck part of the saran wrap was secured with duct tape, allegedly. And then you're probably saying, well, did they poke holes in it? It doesn't sound like nobody poked holes in it, because you can really suffocate. If there's no oxygen coming in, then guess what? You're out of there. Okay? Now, again, she lacked experience, so at this point, it was all for the $100 bills, y'all. So as I told you, they found him with duct tape over his mouth, a plastic bag over his head, more saran wrap around that, and then duct tape around his face and head, securing all the layers to his head. He also appeared to have had saran wrap wrapped around his neck tightly, and his head was sealed in a plastic bag for at least 8 minutes, according to the affidavit. And then the San Diego County medical examiner said that he died due to suffocation and is classified as a death as homicide. Baby, they said when they rolled back that beam footage, because she just didn't watch him die, she actually performed 911. She also performed CPR and contacted 911 in the midst of him not having any physical form of life in him at that time. But the time leading up to him taking his last couple of breaths, they said that based off of her phone footage, she was touching on herself with a vibrator and using her footage for OnlyFans. So as she lost attention maybe, and she got into that world of, okay, I'm going to please myself, because he told her what he wanted to do, and it sounded like she said yes to everything. And in the midst of it, that's when he lost consciousness. And then, of course, here we are now. She's arrested. He's in a casket. And now they're trying to figure out if they're going to charge her with murder. Now, she is very popular on OnlyFans. She's very popular on TikTok. She's very popular on X, having tons and tons and thousands of followers. But now those pages have been either removed or, just erased for good. But it sucks because she's a mother of 3. And even though in the daytime she was a super mom and she was making kid-related content, and at night she was a freak. The freaks come out at night. What? She was just doing what she loved to do. Unfortunately, what she loved to do is now getting her possible time in jail. And now her husband does not have the wife at home, and her 3 children don't have a mother at home. Now, I am so lost in what is an arousal for pain. I don't like pain because it's just not, it doesn't make me do anything. It makes me upset, actually. It makes me uncomfortable. But there's somebody out there that's like, pinch my nipples and then burn them with a cigarette lighter. It's people that like stuff like that. The fact that he had so many things he wanted her to do to him further lets me know this ain't his first rodeo. Unfortunately, his damn show was his last one. Now, is she a murderer? I have no idea. I don't know. My ugly ass don't know. And I don't know why I keep flipping my fan around. My ugly ass don't know. I'm just telling you, based off of the affidavit, they're saying that she definitely is locked up for homicide. Now, is she, ooh, baby, that jury right there gonna have a lot to deal with on this one. Do I think she intentionally went over there to kill him? Absolutely not. Do I think she probably should have researched a little bit about it? Probably so. Did she know what he wanted her to perform on him before she got there? I couldn't tell you. But if she knew in advance what he wanted, like gluing the boots to his feet and tie him up with duct tape, and then maybe she should have looked into what are some things in BDSM I need to pay attention to, or ask somebody, or reach out, because you're already popular. So, but then again, it makes me feel like when she got there, that's when he was like, you know what, this is what I want. And she was probably like, oh, okay, I'm already here. It's $11,000. But everybody wants to know, did the money clear your account? And if so, do you give it back because the client is no longer here? Like, how do you handle that? Is there a no refund policy to Death Do Us Part? I don't know. It's just weird. It's giving weird. All I'm going to tell you is that is very kinky. And just looking at how that individual wanted that thing to happen to him shows me that I'm just basic in the bedroom, because I don't see nothing sexy about that. But he did. And unfortunately, she has to defend her character in the absence of that man. Now, maybe, you know, there could have been some conversation between them so it wouldn't look like what it sounds like. But because he was a client, how much conversation can you talk about outside of the things that my money is going to pay for and the services that you're going to render? But I'm telling y'all definitely got to slow down out here, because freak accidents happen every day. And when it happens, baby, when it's just you and that other person, it ain't nobody to help you tell their side of the story, because they're dead. So now you're looking like a killer to the rest of the world, and the headlines don't make it no easy. So I will say this. I hope to hear the verdict on this one, because I'm interested on knowing what's going to happen, because it was sex gone bad. Again, I don't think she intentionally meant to do harm to him. I think she just probably was very inexperienced, to where when he was gasping for their help, she probably thought he was more turned on because of the level of kinky he was having her do to him. Now, that's a horrible headline for your family. Like, hey, what happened to Michael? You didn't what happened to Michael? And you're like, no, Michael is so cool. Well, Michael died. He died having sex. It was actually real kinky. They found him with some boots gorilla glued to his heels. And then he had direct contact with saran wrap and duct tape. It was real nasty. It was giving booty call. Like, how do you explain that to your family members when you say, well, what happened? When the pastor get to preaching at the church, and he was a good man. I said he was a pillar in his community. Not only was he a shopper, but he loved saran wrap. Like, how do you correlate the two? Or do you just act like he just died from natural causes? Like, somebody will be like, what happened to Michael? I just saw him at the picnic. And then you're going to say, well, let me tell you about Michael. Like, it's just not comfortable doing something, and then that's the time you die, and then you got to explain this to everybody. Where's Grandpa at? Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, baby, you got to go into stuff with experience. 2, stop being so damn nasty out here. And 3, baby, get a code word or something. Baby, you got to pay attention, because somebody's life depends on it. And then 4, I am definitely wanting to know what the end result is of this situation. I don't know what California's rules are. Homicide is a tough charge. You know, ooh, that's a sticky situation. Just imagine you at the top of your career and the next day you behind bars. That sucks balls. But I hope to find out more so you can hear what happens, because I'm just as intrigued as you. But baby, I'm just a messenger. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, gone fool with your girl. Make sure you check out my website. Yes. www.shauniebeentertainment.com. Check out the fan gear option to drop donations, but no pressure to do either of the two, because I do see the likes, the shares, the comments, and it means the world to me. So I just want to tell you thank you from my lips to your ears for rocking with me. Hop in the comments. This is a different type of death story. You know, I don't think that anybody wants to lose a loved one, especially when it's some kinkiness going on wrapped around it. And then you gotta go to these hearings and you gotta be a witness, and it's just uncomfortable because you know that this person lost their life doing something that they love to do or like to do a lot or excessively, and now they died on an accident, you know, and now you have to live with that. I just want to have normal sex. I don't need you to electrocute me. I don't need you to tie me up, ball me up. I don't need you jumping on me, suffocating me. None of that turns me on. It actually makes me feel like you're trying to take me out faster than I should be gone. But I get people are just like, yo, I like what I like. And in this situation, liking what you like definitely costs you your life. Now, I really would love to hear what the verdict is on this one, because it's a tough pickle. Huh? But either way, y'all, make sure you have experience when you go sign up for anything, because if it fall back, it's going to fall back on you. But y'all be safe out there. And until next time, next story, and I'm out this. Peace.